So, bars and restaurants are closed in Oregon for a bare minimum of 2 weeks. I am a bartender part-time, don't know if you know that or not. I also do some video editing and some camera grip work. So while I have 2 weeks off from bartending, I'm kind of diving a little deeper into the video editing. But I'm also finding myself with a little bit of free time. It's really nice. But anyway, so I am going to be spending some of that free time today building in this shop space that Kat and I own, a chop saw station. So our landlord gave us these two metal shelves here, and he said we can use them as long as we're renting the space. And so I'm going to turn them into a very simple, rudimentary chop saw station. Alright, well I messed up a little bit. I made it just wide enough for it to fit in the space, and I even made it so narrow that the two surfaces would become flush, and there's little feet that stick off the side that I figured I could slide underneath and wedge it in, and I accounted for that. What I didn't account for was the side brackets that hold up the shelf. I wasn't accounting for those hanging down and getting in the way of those feet. So I might have a solution for it, or I might have just wasted a bunch of time. So there you have it. There's our chop saw station. It is not pretty, it is not neat, but it's functional. And it's a job that anyone can do, and it's also a job that was done entirely with supplies that I already had at the shop. I didn't have to purchase or buy anything, which was great. So you've got a little space for the shop vac right there. Got the chop saw right there. Sits mostly pretty close to flush with the surface of the two metal shelves. And so I'm happy with it. It's gonna make chopping down stuff for builds and whatever a lot easier. All right, so taking a closer look at some of the features and limitations of it. A notable limitation is that right here on these shelves, there's a part that sticks out a little bit, and that limits how wide of a board I'm able to cut. I mean, this is just I think I normally have about 7 inches of board length that I can cut, and this limits it to 9, but you know, sometimes you cut a board, you flip it over, and you cut the other side of it. But I cannot put boards down that are bigger than 9. Easy solution to that is just, cut a piece of plywood right here that is, 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch thick to raise this surface up, and then cut a similar one to put right here on the surface where the chop saw is. That way I still have a nice level surface like I have here. So that's one of the limitations. But one of the features is that here I don't have any dimensional lumber storage here, and this big long shelf space that goes all the way across, I made sure to leave it clear so that I would have some dimensional lumber storage. I've got a bunch of junk here that I need to get rid of, but I will have a place to store 2x4s and 1x1s, all our dimensional lumber. So excited about that. We also, the reason I built the space for the shop vac underneath is so that we could hook the hose straight up to this and have good dust collection. Kat and I use this space for a lot of different things, including working on my, computer, and and woodworking, and those two things don't mix super well. So I want to make sure I have good dust collection. So we're slowly working on dust collection and that kind of stuff. And then it's also easy to disconnect that hose so that we can use the shop vac in other areas. We're also right next to a wall outlet. So the miter saw and the shop vac can both plug in there and have all the power that I need. Anyway, kind of a different video for me. Hope you enjoyed it. Regardless, now it's time for me to kind of clean up the shop and continue editing some videos. If you like this video, you might like some of the other ones that I've made. So you can subscribe if you feel so inclined. And if not, maybe I'll see you in another video soon.